Hey guys, Alex here from Workshop 12. Allow me to introduce the beautiful Dodge Ram Tesla style display for your 2013 to 2018. This Workshop 12 Tesla style display comes equipped with a 14.4 inch 2K resolution display, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, and 8-core processor, including wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and pretty much every app that you can think of. That being said, today we're going to be doing an unboxing video and we'll be doing an installation on a beautiful 2018 Dodge Ram. Let's not waste any more time and jump right in. Quick little thing before we get into the unboxing and installation of the Dodge Ram unit. I do want to make a note that this is the current 2013 to 2018 Dodge Ram Tesla style display. This unit and this unit are identical, except for the display. So for those that want more of an embedded display in your dash and something that doesn't stick out from your dash, then this is the perfect solution for you. If you want a bigger display and one that will stick out a bit from the dash, then this is the perfect solution for you. Just wanted to make that note, as both of these units are still available and will be available on our website. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out and we're more than happy to help. Guys, so what's in the box? The first thing we're gonna start off with is the actual stereo harness. The stereo harness comes equipped with a few things. So number one, you have the RCAs that will be connected to the RCAs of the female RCAs that we have on our unit here. Sorry, just tangled. Let me untangle this. Okay, so these RCAs are going to be connecting to the RCAs that are here, okay? We'll talk about where everything goes in a second. Then we have here an amp turn-on wire for those that want to connect an aftermarket amplifier. And then we have a ground, antenna power, and of course you have a backup trigger wire if you want to connect any aftermarket additional cameras that you would wish to trigger when you put in reverse. Keep in mind, with the original reverse camera, you don't need to do anything other than plugging everything in and you're good to go. And then you have the main connector that will connect to the main harness, and then the plug that will connect to the back of our unit, and then your CAN bus plug that will connect also on the back of our unit. You have USB ports. These USB ports, one of them will be used to retain the factory USB ports from your car, and then the other one I recommend to fish in your glove box for any future updates, or if you ever want external storage, transfer files between USBs, whatever it is, you have access there. You also have a SIM card for data. Now, this is a topic that a lot of people get confused because they say, Alex, why do I need a SIM card? I can literally hotspot my phone's internet. I have unlimited internet on my phone. You're 100% right. And you're, by all means, can absolutely do that. But one thing that people need to understand is that wireless CarPlay or wireless Android Auto does not work through Bluetooth. It works through Wi-Fi. And like any phone or any tablet or any laptop, you can only be connected to one Wi-Fi device at a time. So if you connect your phone to wireless CarPlay, then the Wi-Fi antenna of this unit is already occupied to display the CarPlay. So you won't be able to hotspot your phone internet and at the same time have wireless CarPlay on the screen. So you have to pick and choose. Do you want wireless CarPlay, or do you want to have hotspot on the device and then just simply download every app that you have on your phone and use it right through there? You can still have the Bluetooth connected for hands-free calling and etc. But if you do wish to have both, best of both worlds, wireless CarPlay, and at the same time have access to any app and web page and have access to the internet, then having a SIM card will use the LTE antennas, which are here, and then at the same time, you'll still be able to use CarPlay. Hope that makes sense. If not, reach out and we're happy to help. But that being said, yes, these are the LTE antennas, and then these can just be stuck inside your dash anywhere that is suited. That way you can just have it. A lot of people always wonder, do I need to have these exposed or up on the dash or on the roof? No, just mount it inside the dash. You're totally fine. You'll get good service. And then you have your GPS antenna. The GPS antenna will simply plug into the back of our unit, and then just like the LTE antennas, you'll just mount it at the back inside your dash. You also have an external microphone. And if I'm being honest with you, you do not need this external microphone. The reason we include it is to give you guys an option of an external mic, or the unit has a built-in mic on the display here and it works flawlessly. With our unit, with any of our units, the mic quality sounds phenomenal. It has echo cancellations, mic gains, so you'll be able to fully make the audio of the phone calls sound phenomenal. So I don't recommend to connect the mic unless there's, some people do like connecting the mic because they feel that it sounds better. That's totally fine, up to you, but you still get it in the box, so whatever you need. Then you have your 2 sets of RCAs, okay? One of them is going to be to retain the factory reverse camera, and then you have this black one here that will connect to the external mic if you wish to use it. And then you have aux V, so if you want to connect any front-facing camera that you can draw on your bumper or anything like that, you can connect it on here. And then whenever you want to see the front camera, you can just click on the app on our unit and it will appear. And then you have the aux-R, aux-L, which connect to the aux-R and aux-L on the main harness, which we'll talk about connections in a sec. And then the brown connector is where you would connect the camera, where it says on our main harness here, you'll see that it says CCDV. So you would just match CCDV with CCDV. And then the other set of RCAs are for your subwoofer output. So if you wish to have subwoofers, you can easily get a Y splitter, 1 male to 2 females, and then be able to connect your aftermarket subwoofer. And then you also have a 4-channel RCA outs for the rear rears, the rear rights, rear lefts, and front right as well. This is your FM AM antenna, which will plug into the back of our unit. And then this one here will plug into a little white plug with a red dot inside the dash, which I'll show you and tell you exactly where that goes. And then this plug here is to retain the factory USB ports. Essentially, this is just an extension. So pretty much the USB connection from your vehicle will connect on here, and then this end will connect to one of our USB ports to essentially give power to those existing USB ports in your vehicle. And then of course, every product that you buy from us comes with complimentary packing tools. We don't charge you guys for plastic trim tools. That being said, let's flip the screen here. We're gonna make all the connections, show you where everything connects to in the vehicle. And then we're gonna go into the vehicle, start taking apart things, and then showing you where everything connects. Starting off with the main harness here. Okay, you have this main plug, which will connect right over here. Just like that. Then you have your CAN bus decoder, like CAN bus plug, which will connect right over here. Okay, if this plug does not connect, your system will most likely not power on, so make sure that that is plugged in as well as this one. Then you have your SIM card tray, and I want you guys to pay attention to something. Every plug has little tiny groove lines, and they can only fit in one spot, so don't force anything in, but essentially this one here would plug into right over here. Okay. Then you have your RCAs. So the one for your original backup camera, the white connector is going to connect right in the middle, right over here. And then you have this one, which is the yellow connector for your aftermarket subwoofers, which would connect right next to it, right over here. Then you have, of course, this is going to connect to one of the USB ports. So we'll just connect that to one of the USB ports here. This is to retain your factory USBs. And this brown connector here is going to simply connect at the bottom right over here. Your microphone is going to connect here. But again, guys, you don't need to connect your microphone, but just showing you where it goes. You don't need to connect that. So I'm just going to leave it out here. Your FM AM antenna, this guitar looking aux thing, is going to connect right in here. And then your GPS antenna, which is the square one, also says GPS on it, is going to connect to this blue connector right over here. And then the LTE antennas are just going to get screwed on to this little gold prongs here. Now, we went through all the wiring. I'm literally going to take all the wiring right out so we can go and start taking apart the unit inside the Dodge Ram and then show you guys how everything works. Guys, we are in a beautiful Dodge Ram. I believe this is a 2018 Dodge Ram, and we're gonna be now doing the installation. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is get yourself a 7mm socket, and you're gonna remove the little trim insert here and here. And then you're also gonna remove this one, and you're gonna also remove this. Oh, look at that. A loony and a toonie. For my American friends, this is a $2 coin, and this is a $1 coin. Don't ask me why we have coins, but here we are. Okay, back to it. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is remove the trim here, trim here, trim here, trim here. You're gonna grab your 7mm socket, and you're gonna go ahead and start removing these screws. So we're gonna just remove these. 1, 6. Now you're gonna open up this section here, and you're gonna just gently pull this right out. Just enough. You can technically just do this much, but for the purpose of this video, I am gonna take out the little cigarette lighter plug that's here. Not sure if you guys will be able to kind of see that, but so there's gonna be this little clip here. I hope the camera can capture that, but you're just gonna have to kind of take this right out, and then we'll put this in a safe spot. And then now we can close this for now. Okay, and now since we removed this screw, and that screw there, those are the 2 screws that are gonna be holding this in place. And of course, the 2 that were here. So now you just have to gently pop this right off like that. And now you'll see that we have this exposed. Guys, the first thing we're gonna do is start taking up all of these plugs here. So to take these plugs out, you'll notice that there is a little tab on all of the plugs that you just have to press. It's a release to release the plug. And then we're gonna go ahead and start doing that to all of these. I'm hoping that the camera is gonna be a good angle for you guys. And then there's one at the very bottom here as well, and one for the shifter. So the one for the shifter, guys, this one here, there's a little red tab that on this particular version here that you're gonna have to just kind of lift that red tab out to give you access to release the plug. So now we're gonna remove these, and again, these are all 7mm, so we're gonna go ahead and remove these. And now we're just going to simply pop this right out. So now to unplug all of these, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and click the little tab here. And then this one here, to release this, you're gonna just push on the side here, okay? Right here, and pull out, and then now you have that removed. Now keep in mind, guys, this is the one that retains the factory USB ports where we're gonna connect our extension. And then this one here is for your FM AM, the white one with the little red tab on the side. These other ones are more for like your Sirius XM, GPS, and like your Uconnect or something. These 3 are gonna be irrelevant. You're not gonna need these. The only ones that we're gonna need are gonna be these 3 plugs here for our unit. So now what we're gonna go do is we're just gonna go and remove the original climate control, and we're gonna mount our unit, and then we're gonna start making the connections. And we're going to be removing all of these black little Phillips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Not sure if I counted this one twice, whatever, you get it. So we'll go ahead and start removing these. And now we're gonna go ahead and just remove this piece here. And there you have it. So now that we removed the climate piece here and the trim, we're gonna grab the beautiful Dodge Ram 14.4 inch, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, 8 core processor, wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, an absolutely beauty of a device. And we're gonna go ahead and mount it right into the existing trim. And the way we're gonna do that is quite simple. Just simply grab right over here and you're gonna align the screw holes. Just remember, guys, that you do get screws that are provided in the box, but honestly, guys, it's always best to use the original ones. So we're gonna go back and use these original screws. Now, just keep in mind a couple of things. Number one, there are three of these black screws that are not gonna go back in its place. And they're the two at the very top, and then one right in the middle at the very bottom. If you put one in the middle at the very bottom, I mean, you can clearly see that there is no screw hole where you can screw in anything, and if you do, it's going to go straight to the board and it will break. So don't do that. Also, power tools, okay? Don't be an Alex, guys. Don't use a power tool. Put some muscle into it by using a regular screwdriver, or if you are going to use a power tool, use like a cheap old power tool that isn't going to be very strong, but don't be using your Milwaukee's out there. Maybe a Ryobi. No, I'm kidding. No Ryobis either. And if Ryobi, you're listening to this, it's a joke. No hard feelings. But we'll go ahead and start mounting everything here. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 screws, and bam! Jeez Louise, look at that, guys. That looks absolutely stunning. As you can see, you still retain your trailer brake and your physical buttons at the bottom. You have your climate buttons here for quick, easy access, as well as your hazard. And then of course, the beautiful 14.4 inch QHD Tesla style display. Let's go back into the car here and finish off the install. We're almost done, stay with us. All right, guys, so the first thing is going to be the GPS antenna. We're going to go ahead and remove the little adhesive here, and we're going to just mount this in here somewhere. And then now the LTE antenna, and I like to leave it kind of nice and organized like that so I don't untangle the whole thing. Just to give perspective here, I put the GPS like right here, and then the LTE antennas, I put one horizontal here and one horizontal here. And these are the connectors. Okay. Now to fish the USB, remember guys, we're only going to fish one USB in the glove box because the other one is going to be connected to this thing here to retain your factory USB ports. So I went ahead, connect that, and then I'll grab one and just connect it from now. And then the one USB port, I'll go ahead and connect it. Sorry if you get a little bit of a bad view here, as you'll probably be staring at my bald head while I'm reaching down there. Be right back. By the way, guys, I hope you guys can see the glove box, but essentially you want to squeeze on each side of the glove box, and then you'll be able to drop it down even lower. And now we have one USB here, the SIM card tray. One is gonna go right over here. Okay, so now we're gonna put this right back. Now for the USB ports, I'm going to just organize everything here nice and clean. So I'm gonna just reuse one of the little ties here. And then same thing with the SIM card. Well, SIM card is not that long, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, So now, the main harness, okay? Main harness, guys, we're gonna grab this. We're going to move this little lever all the way back, and we're going to just push from the sides here until you see the lever kind of bend a bit, and then now you can use it to lock it in place. FM AM antenna is going to be this little white one. Okay, done. So now, guys, we're done. We're done all the connections, okay? Remember that these three are gonna be the only ones that we're not gonna need. So we're gonna just put those all the way at the back there. And now we have our harness, our RCAs, okay? So the brown one labeled as CCDV, we're gonna remove the little cap, and we're gonna connect the brown one that is labeled as, sorry, the yellow one that is labeled as CCDV. Boom. So CCDV with CCDV. Next one is gonna be aux L, and we're gonna connect it to aux L. Boom, just like that. The next one is gonna be aux R, and we're gonna connect it to, you guessed it, aux R. So we're gonna go ahead and connect it there. Now, the rest of them you don't need to connect, okay? So we can just leave those out. Now, if you're like me, you like to do things a little bit on the nicer side in terms of wire tucking and organizing. So I would recommend to put a little bit of electrical tape on these edges here, just to protect it in case it touches anything metal. You don't want any distortion or anything like that. So I'll go run and get some electrical tape. And then these here, I'm going to leave the caps fully on because this particular vehicle doesn't have aftermarket subwoofers or anything. So we're gonna just leave that connected at the back of our radio and call it a day. We have our electrical tape here, so we're gonna go ahead and just put a little bit of electrical tape on the edges here of this here, just so it doesn't interfere with anything. All right, so now we're gonna grab the unit and we're gonna make all of the connections. Now I'm gonna bring the camera a little bit closer, guys, but in reality, you're gonna connect it just like you saw a little earlier on the video there where I was showing you where all the connections go. So we're gonna start off with connecting pretty much everything in everything at the bottom here. So we're gonna start off with the shifter here. So we'll go ahead and connect the shifter, and then we'll clip the little red tab on here. And then we're gonna connect this green one back in its spot. And then the red one back in its spot, and this gray one is going to connect here. Now keep in mind, guys, at the back of our unit, you'll notice these two plugs. On the one that we're in, it is a automatic dual zone climate, so we don't need these plugs. These plugs are going to be for your different variants. So if you have like the manual climate, you'll then need these plugs connected, which you'll have 2 extra set of plugs inside there. So by the looks of it, the only plugs that we are missing, these 2, which we'll do at the very end because they're a little short, but we're gonna go ahead and start making all of the rest of the connections. Try to organize it as nicely as I can. Okay guys, so we have now pushed everything in, but before we screw anything back in, we gotta make sure that you're getting audio, that your backup camera is working, that your steering wheel controls are working, and your climate control is also working. As long as all that stuff is working, then you are good to go. You may proceed to the next step of turning off the car. And then now we're gonna go ahead and grab all of the screws, and we're gonna start putting everything back. And there you guys have it. So now we have 4 screws left over, and these are the 4 screws that were holding the original screen in its place. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little quick software walkthrough. I know a lot of you guys have been asking, like, how do you control your climate control, and kind of walk you through a few of the settings here. So now, as you can see, the beautiful display here, we're running on wireless Android Auto right now. And then you have your home page here. You have all of your apps right over here. You also have your car settings here. So for those that do have their performance pages, this is your performance pages right over here, where you can kind of get all of the gauges that you've previously had, your power flow, and then your car settings. This is where you'll be able to adjust if you have air ride or anything like that, traction control, the whole 9 yards. And then you also have all of your vehicle settings here. So don't get too excited, guys. If your truck doesn't have air ride, you're not magically going to get it with this Tesla style screen. So only the settings that apply to you will relate to you, that will make it work. And then for those that have the premium Alpine sound system, this is where you can actually adjust all of your original treble, mids, bass, your actual Alpine volume, and then your surround sound as well. And then for your climate, you press on the little blue guy here, or you can actually just press on any of the temperature there. And to all of our American friends, yes, we can make it to Fahrenheit as well as Celsius. You can adjust your heated seats. And if you have ventilating seats, you'll be able to do it on here, but clearly this car doesn't, so it doesn't work. And then this is where you can adjust all of your fan speeds. You can adjust dual zone auto, max AC, your front defrost, your rear defrost, your heated steering wheel. Heating steering wheel, as you can see on here, it works and it lights up on the physical button as well. So that is all perfect. And then you can adjust your temperature right from here, or you can also use these physical buttons here to adjust the temperature. All right, guys, my camera battery is at 2% and it actually died, so I went to go charge it for like 5 minutes, but we got to get the customer out of here, so I'm going to quickly run through some things here. So we were talking about the climate control. If you want to change your modes, you can change it from there, turn it on, be able to adjust your climate right from there, get rid of it by swiping down. If you swipe up, you have all of your apps here, or you can just simply press on the 4 squares right over here, where you'll be able to also access all of your apps. I want you guys to be paying attention to something, okay? I'm gonna just keep opening up a bunch of apps right now, and as I'm opening up all these apps, you're gonna notice that the performance of this unit does have crazy specs, and the performance of it is phenomenal. If you ever want to go back previously to whatever app you just had open, you can double tap on here to take you back, or you can go ahead and clear everything and then back up and running. On top of that, you also have a full-blown DSP, digital sound processor, with a 16-band equalizer. You can also have all of the different low pass, high pass, and your strong bass filters. You also have your your fader and your balance on here, and then you can control each individual side by turning down that particular speaker. And then you also have your Android Auto here. So Android Auto is your normal thing here. So once you turn it on, it just instantly pretty much connects within 20 seconds. And then you have your car settings, which I believe we already kind of went through that. But other than that, guys, that's it. Let me know what you guys would like to see. Perhaps I didn't cover and much, as my battery's gonna die. Whatever you guys want to see, drop some comments below and I'd love to help. And there you guys have it. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you for watching. And if you guys are still watching, you guys are the real ones. Alex is out. Peace.